subscribe.
Hello and thanks for joining us for the Midday News. Australia has opened a new district resource centre that will enhance educational opportunities for its students. The district administration officially commissioned and opened the Trinity Centre of Excellence on Thursday, December 12, which was approved in 2022 by the District Procurement Committee. This state-of-the-art building will open doors for students to pursue further studies and serve as a vital resource and education pathway for students in the district. When giving a brief of the Trinity Centre for Excellence building, Acting Rabaul District Administrator said the building will cater for flexible open distance education, benchmarking, open campus upgrading, early childhood learning and e-library. Northeast MP John Cowper has called on his constituents and city residents to keep peace this festive season. Cowper said Christmas is about peace, reconciliation, unity and the rebuilding of lives. It is a time that brings families together to celebrate life in general. Therefore, city residents must live in peace with each other this festive season.
My message to especially my electorate and NCDCS is all about peace. Okay, Christmas is all about reconciliation, reconstruction of life, unity, bringing all family together from holidays, schools, it's all about peace. So by loving your neighbor is peace, and respecting one another is peace. So I want to appeal to all my people in Mosby Northeast that respect one another. That's my message. When you respect one another like you respect yourself, that's going to be peace.
The Asian Development Bank has committed to providing $60 million to support sustainable agricultural practices, boosting food security and rural development across the nation. Minister for Agriculture announced this during the opening of the Fresh Produce Development Agency training facility in Kainantu recently.
Minister for Agriculture John Boito announced a commitment by Asian Development Bank to facilitate an assistance of $60 million equivalent to 240 million kina to agriculture through the Fresh Produce Development Agency. This initiative is aimed at strengthening agriculture infrastructure, providing farmers with the necessary tools and training to enhance productivity. For decades, Papua New Guinea farmers faced challenges ranging from outdated farming techniques to limited access to markets. Many worked diligently on their small plots, cultivating crops like sweet potatoes, taro, and coconuts, but often struggle to reach sustainable yields.
I was so fortunate to go until Secretary Blomilong, Rome, Italy. The one big boom blong FAO. Time we giving presentation blong on ADB, Asian Development Bank. Only have a mass blong presentation me give him. Only come meeting me plan only committee. $60 million, which is equivalent to 240 million kina. This money by come through long FPDA, long food chain.
Thank you. The funding would support the development of irrigation systems, road construction for better market access, and training programs focused on sustainable farming techniques. Additionally, the initiative aimed to empower women in agriculture, recognizing their vital role in food production and community resilience.
People of Kainentu, let us join hands together. Let us work with the department. Let us work with this Maraperoso government where only to go rural, replace import. Now you must start export, creating this job. What happens? 1 million jobs. Na hitting economy 2030 to 30 billion economy.
This partnership between PNG and the ADB not only paved the way for improved agricultural practices, but also reinforced the idea that collaboration and investment in local knowledge could lead to sustainable development while honoring the rich cultural heritage of the land. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The Australian government has updated its travel advice for Fiji to warn of methanol poisoning after 4 Australians were taken to hospital after drinking a cocktail at a well-known Fijian resort. The 4 Australian women aged between 18 and 56 are understood to be in a critical condition in hospital on Monday morning after drinking the cocktail on Saturday afternoon at the Warwick Resort Bar on Fiji's Coral Coast. They were taken to the nearby hospital. Every year, more than 40,000 men and women enter and exit prisons across Australia. Justice advocates say that prison population could be an answer to the nation's skilled worker shortage if employees can overcome the stigma of hiring a former inmate.
His boss was less than impressed.
When he first walked in, he had his, he had his ass dragging out his pants, and he was a bit all over the shop.
But he quickly turned things around. For the next 6 months, Anthony learned to craft caskets and coffins in Ballarat. It's something that's helped him turn his own life around too.
Yeah, every coffin I make, I try and make it perfect.
Anthony spent much of his life bouncing in and out of jail. His boss took a chance on him after he laid his story on the table, warts and all.
I don't necessarily judge anyone on their past. He was completely honest with me when he started, and that was enough for me.
Tegan Hartwick spent 3 years in prison in 2015 before turning her life around. Now she works as an advocate for other prisoners, helping them find a job upon release.
It means being able to go and support your family, you know, to be able to be the breadwinner, to be able to go to sleep at night and know that your bills are going to be paid.
Incarceration in Australia costs more than $6.3 billion annually. But advocates say meaningful employment upon release would not only help reduce recidivism rates, but address Australia's skilled worker shortage.
If we want to reduce the number of people coming back to prison, we really need to look at what happens at the point of post-release.
Anthony Best's newfound stability has helped him reconnect with his mum and son.
That was a good day.
He doesn't mind being the poster boy for other ex-prisoners, and if it doesn't work out, well, Anthony's advice is typically brief.
Just give him a shot, you know, like you can always sack him.
A dose of clarity that comes with a second chance.
South Australia has 2 new giant pandas who are tonight settling in at Adelaide Zoo.
An early morning touchdown in Adelaide, ending a 15-hour journey from China. It was then a delicate operation to unload the precious cargo and transport Australia's new panda pair to their new home at Adelaide Zoo.
It is very symbolic because it brings with them the friendship of the Chinese people and the Chinese government to Australia.
4-year-old male Xing Chu, meaning autumn star, and 3-year-old female Elan, meaning idly blissful, were given the all clear by vets and are now adjusting to life down under.
They need to be in quarantine for about a month, but then they'll be able to be on display, and I'm sure that they'll be embraced yet again.
Elun and Xing Chu replace Wang Wang and Funi, who returned to China last month after 15 years at Adelaide Zoo. Just like their predecessors who captivated crowds, the new pandas are expected to be a tourism drawcard.
The only place in the southern hemisphere to see the giant pandas is in Adelaide.
But unlike Wang Wang and Funi, it's hoped these two might have better luck starting a family.
They are 3 and 4 years old. They are not ready to have babies yet, but let's see. We will expect very highly of that.
Adelaide is experiencing very warm temperatures today, but Chinese officials say while it is hotter than back home, measures are being taken to make the heat a little more bearable.
They have air conditioning, just like we do in the airplane, and of course they have prepared very well.
The pair are on loan from China at a cost around $1.5 million a year. They're also part of China's soft power, or what's known as panda diplomacy. The South Australian government hopes they help build on the country's relationship with China.
China is Australia's biggest trading partner, most significant trading partner.
Elan and Xing Chu are expected to be on show to the public from mid-January.
In sports, the tax benefits that come with making the move to Papua New Guinea's new team may not make the move as attractive to players as once thought. As the game prepares to expand into new regions, the Sydney Morning Herald reported that a survey conducted by the Rugby League Players Association found that only 30% of players admitted money to be a reason to change clubs. The poll included responses from more than 700 male and female athletes, with the final insights shedding a new light on the dynamic driving players' movements. Kangaroos captain was the first player to publicly express its concerns about the confirmed expansion to PNG, noting the safety of those young families will deter players away from joining the team. The Nadi Storm's men and women teams are champions of the inaugural Savaka volleyball tournament hosted in Mauru village in the Moresby South district. The two teams dominated a 3-month tournament and came out victors in the grand final played yesterday. 22 teams competed in open divisions. The tournament was initiated by Lemek Lavari, a member of the community who believes in sports is a perfect catalyst for unity. Tournament director said the tournament drew more than 300 youths, which is very significant. He said it also provided an opportunity for other members of the community to sell cooked food and other items to raise money for Christmas celebrations. And that ends our news update. Do join us at 6 for more.
Nobody streams live sport like Unbeaten. As we run the plays and take the hits. If you love live sport, remain unbeaten.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.